I spent hours testing this vacuum, and here's the truth. It does almost everything a premium vacuum can, but there's one thing it just can't match. Now before we talk about the pros and cons, let me walk you through its features. In this video, we're taking a look at the VBUOO cordless vacuum. It may look like one of those cheap generic models you see online, but it genuinely surprised me during testing, especially with how much dirt it picked up. This model uses the classic stick vacuum layout, motor and dustbin on top, plus interchangeable tools that let you clean floors, upholstery, and tight spaces. One thing that stands out, especially compared to Dyson, is the dustbin placement. More and more brands are moving the dustbin above the extension one. It's intentional because many of these cheap vacuums have a self-standing feature where the nozzle locks at a 90-degree angle. Shifting the dustbin upward helps balance the unit so it can stay upright. It also has a retractable extension tube. You can fully extend it for floor cleaning and retract it for easier storage. Out of the box, you'll get 3 attachments: a crevice tool, an upholstery tool, and floor nozzle. You'll also get a wall-mountable dock with storage slots for the handheld tools. There's even a clip holder for the wand, so you can carry an extra tool with you while cleaning. The floor nozzle uses a chunky roller with a V-pattern brush made of alternating soft and stiff bristles, plus a felt seal behind the roller to help it clean both hard floors and carpet efficiently. One feature I really like is the detachable brush. You just push and rotate this section and the brush pops out, making it easier to remove long strands of hair. And even though the nozzle sits low to the ground, it has multiple gates in front to help pull in piles of dirt. There are LEDs up front too, which help you see dirt a bit better while cleaning. The dustbin is detachable and features a trapdoor at the bottom for easy emptying. You can dump the dirt with the dustbin still attached to the vacuum or remove it if that's easier. The battery is also detachable, and you can recharge it either in the vacuum or separately. There's a small screen behind the motor that shows the battery status, along with a single button to switch between 3 power settings. Now that we've gone through the features, let's move on to the part that really matters, the test results. First, we'll look at the airflow results. The numbers don't jump out, between 31 and 42 CFM at the wand and 27 and 34 at the nozzle. Decent but not insanely powerful. The thing is, airflow is only one part of what determines cleaning performance. Higher airflow helps, but the brush roll design matters as much, and that's where the V-shaped pattern comes in. This vacuum really surprised me with how efficiently it picked up debris, especially on hard floors. It scored between 99 and 100% in all the tests, including the sand on hard floor test, which is my benchmark for judging a good hard floor cordless vacuum. Even on carpet, this product performed well, again picking up above average scores across different debris types. You can see how effective the nozzle is in the edge cleaning test, where it picked up a good amount of debris after just a few passes. It didn't perform as well in the deep cleaning test, removing only 74.2% of embedded sand on average across 2 runs. This is where the low airflow becomes apparent. Nonetheless, it did extremely well in the hair wrap tests, where I check how much 5 to 12 inch strands a vacuum can pick up. It captured a high percentage of hair on both surfaces, with slightly better results on carpet. Even with its low airflow, this vacuum still picked up a high percentage of hair thanks to the combs above the brush that help untangle strands as they wrap around. However, it didn't get everything on carpet. When I followed up with a Dyson, it picked up the remaining strands this vacuum left behind. One issue with cleaning hair is how messy it can be to remove it from the dustbin. Hair can wrap around the inner cylinder and you'll have to pull it out by hand. This isn't unique to this vacuum. Most cordless vacuum I've tested have the same problem. Next, I tested the runtime by running the vacuum from a full charge to empty. VBUOO claims it can run for at least 70 minutes, but in my test, it came up a bit short at 69 minutes and 34 seconds. There isn't much drop off with the nozzle attached. 59 minutes and 5 seconds in the low setting, and 43 minutes and 47 seconds in the middle setting. Steering is another plus. Side by side with the Dyson V15, it steers almost just as smoothly and sharply. Now, as good as it performed in some areas, there are drawbacks you need to know about. The biggest drawback is its filtration, or lack of it. I run every cordless vacuum I review through a fog test to see if it can keep the fog contained. This test checks 2 things: the filter and the seals. If it can hold the fog inside, it means fine dust stays trapped in the bin where it belongs. This vacuum failed the test, leaking heavily in multiple areas. and this has been a common issue with most cheap cordless vacuums I've tested. The next issue is the noise. This vacuum hits over 76 decibels on low and goes past 80 decibels on max. Lastly is the build quality. Don't expect premium level finish from this vacuum since it is a budget option. But the good thing with this model is all the attachments lock in place and has a quick release latch, so that's a plus. Overall, the VBUOO cordless vacuum genuinely surprised me with its above average cleaning performance, especially on surface dirt. It scored very high on most tests except for the deep cleaning experiment, since this vacuum only has average airflow. I'd recommend it if you need a budget-friendly option for homes with mostly hard floors and only a bit of carpeting. Just keep in mind that it doesn't have a sealed system, so fine dust can escape through the exhaust. If you found this review helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss more hands-on vacuum tests just like this. Thanks for watching.